Hi there, I'm Brent, and I'm a truck driver. I feel like there would be a good way to put a little introduction in right there. As a truck driver, I've got a laptop. Obviously, you guys seen the channel name. If you guys are even watching this, I'm trying to learn how to code, but I'm currently in a job that makes me work anywhere from 14 to 16 hours a day. I only get 10 hours of break time anytime I am shut down, and I gotta try to find a way to fit in laundry, shower, eating, and coding, learning how to code. So a little background on me: I do have 15 years of IT experience where I've dabbled in, script kiddie stuff. I've created a Roblox game, so I'm a little familiar with C++. I think it is C++ is what it's written in, and I did that a couple years ago before I actually started driving trucks. So I started driving trucks 2 years ago. It is now December 12th, 2022, and I've been coding in Python for about a week. I feel like I've got pretty much the fundamentals down. 12 to 14 hours a day, anytime I'm driving forward, I am listening to people talk about coding. I've gone through the 6-hour coding course with Mosh on Python. Got stuck on that at the very end. I couldn't get the syntax to work with HTML, but integrating the Python code, the for loop in the Python code to basically take the names from my Django website of the items I'm trying to produce, and it would not recognize that for loop for some reason. That's what I've deduced from that situation. At that point, I had been doing that course for about 4 or 5 hours before I decided to go on Stack Overflow and ask there. I created a GitHub page, which I have no idea how to use yet, but I'm going to learn how to use that. There's just not enough time in the day. There's not enough time with this job. It's very difficult this time of year as well. It's cold out here. I am a flatbedder. If you guys want to see, I am. I live in this fucking thing, babe. I live in this thing, basically. I'm gonna try not to curse, though I curse a lot in my other channel. But yeah, I'm in line right now to get some loads put onto my truck. I would normally be using this time to code, learn to code. It's times like these where I don't know what exactly I'm doing. I don't know where I would start, but I am in tutorial hell at the moment. But in that regard, I feel like I've taken away a lot of stuff. I know about variables. I know about lists. I don't know quite much about arrays yet. I know how to implement different syntaxes, and I'm trying, without the help of anything, I'm trying to recreate some of the projects that I've already created. Like the basic things you can find online from any of your normal coding people out there that will try to do that, teach you how to code, or show you the fundamentals on how to get yourself ready for coding. The only thing I don't like about it is, I have YouTube Premium, obviously, so I don't have ads, but that doesn't stop any of the coders that I watch online from having sponsors. And I don't know where this channel is going to go. I don't know what ultimately is going to come of me doing this channel. In reality, I'm starting this not for others. Maybe it will inspire somebody. That would be awesome, but that's not the point of this video. That's not the point of this channel. The point of this video and the point of this channel is so that I can learn, and I want to document everything that I've done, my ups, my downs. One day I can't wait to start one of these videos and say, hi, my name is Brent and I'm a software engineer, and I'm not going to school. You would think being a truck driver, you make plenty of money. I did. I used to. I'm not making any now. I'm working just as hard, and I'm not making any money now. Now, I would say, on average, I could do, before this economy started to fall apart, I was pulling in about $3,000 to $5,000 a week in the bank. That's what I was making. Now I'm making anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500 a week, which a lot of people would say is still good money. But if you're used to making $3,000 to $6,000 a week, and then you subtract that down to $1,500 to $2,500 a week, with the amount of time that I spend away from home, I have 5 children, and my wife is constantly struggling. She works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with no breaks. I'm out here living my best life, driving in complete silence most of the time, still trying to chase after some dreams, right? not in reality. I have to be out here. The pandemic happened. I lost my job of 3.5, almost 4 years due to COVID. And I had been living on my, they gave us a settlement, basically, a severance package. And we lived on that for about 6 months. And I had to find something to do. I had to find a way to invest in myself so that I can make as much money as possible in a short amount of time so that I can reinvest that money into something that I really wanted to do. I wanted to, you know, and then of course we started making all this money. I started buying things that caused us to live beyond our means, which at the time we were living within our means, and we were still putting money away. But this is such a volatile market. The trucking goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And we have just been seeing nothing but down, 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 down lately. And it's not getting any better, and as some economists state, it's probably not going to get better for another 3 years. And some would say, you're still making good money. Well, I could be making a lot more, right? This isn't something that I want to do forever. Let's say this, I went to school, got my CLP, my Certified Learner's Permit, in 3 days, 4 days. I had happened to go on the week of Thanksgiving, and we had lost 2 days from the DMV to submit our test results to them to put in the work to be able to get our license. So you get your CLP, then you spend 2 weeks. You have 14 days from the day that you get your permit to take the test. You have to wait 14 days. You take that test, and then you get your CDL. From there, I worked at Stevens Transport. We had to do 260 hours of driver training with a trainer. And that is not 260 hours consecutively. Like the moment you step on the truck, your time starts. No, 260 hours of you behind the wheel driving. So that took about 3 to 6 months. I don't remember exactly, but you say, oh, that's easy. I'm just going to do 10 hours a day. You know, however many days a week. Well, you got to factor in the fact that, you know, you got a 70-hour clock for the week that you cannot surpass. It's an 8-day clock. So on the 8th day, you start getting back your time, which they're called recaps. I'm about to get some recaps back soon, tomorrow actually. So I usually would take a 34, and I would recommend it, especially given that I'm a flatbed driver. So I'm out in the elements and I'm dealing with all that crap. But luckily, I'm in Alabama right now, so it's actually warm outside. It's 73 degrees outside in the middle of winter, and I just left Wisconsin, and that was about 13 degrees, and there was snow everywhere. So you're always chasing something. You're always running away from a storm. I think the Midwest is getting destroyed right now by a winter storm, where it's going to actually cause people to not be able to get around. So I'm going to try to avoid that place at all possible if I can. Though I would not mind being stuck somewhere so that I could just literally code until I feel comfortable to start applying for jobs. Now that's going to be another thing I'm going to have to worry about. How am I going to get these interviews done? You know, are they going to be Zoom meetings? Do they have buildings? I live in Texas, Houston specifically. So that's a big enough city. I feel like I would be able to get a job. And I am studying Python at the moment. And I just started messing with the Django. I say the Django. It's Django. I started to kind of dabble in Django. I don't know my way around Django. If you threw it in front of me right now and told me to build you a website with Django, I probably would be able to get it done eventually, but it's not going to happen quickly. And that's where I want to start getting into more of like, stop following tutorials, take what I've learned right now, and just go. Just run with it, okay? Because every freaking video I watch, somebody's selling you some code camp to go to, somebody's selling you this, that, or the other, and I'm like, dude, I just want you, like, everybody's saying you can learn for free, but then their video is sponsored by somewhere else if you want to take it to the next step. No, like, people have literally been able to get jobs without having to do that crap, and I'm not going to do that crap, all right? So I've thought about it. Now, I know programming with Mosh, he was the one with the 6-hour course. I did that course, and I like that the value he gave us out a 6-hour video on how to do Python from start to finish, like just to give you the basics, right? I almost want to do the Zero to Mastery type thing with him on his site. It's only $20 for the course, but I don't know, you know. Really, the only thing that I'm scared of at this point is I don't know what I'm doing, as well as a lot of other people don't know what they're doing. A lot of people are saying, well, network. Okay, I got to get into networking, right? I posted my question to GitHub. Hopefully I'll get into contact with some people that know what they're doing, and I can possibly make friends with them, and they can become my mentor. Then I can eventually start producing my own answers to some of these questions on GitHub, which if I know the language, I'll try to do it. But right now, I'm thinking too far ahead. My first step is to get out of this 8x8 box that I've been living in for the last 2 years and start living back at my house. I've paid for my house for 2 years, and I probably spent combined total maybe 3 months at my house in those 2 years. And that was only because last month this truck broke down and I wasn't working for 4 weeks. So 4 weeks of no pay, and whatever savings I had built up then, I wasn't able to do anything with that. So I didn't even start picking up coding until like the last week in that. And then I took a side job going to Boston, driving back to Houston to bring some rich guy his stuff back, basically being a mule. And that paid like $3,000, which was great. But I left my laptop at the house. That van ended up breaking down as well. And I got stuck in Virginia for 4 days, right before Thanksgiving. Luckily that paid off. That actually kept me from losing my house and losing my car and all that stuff. So now I'm kind of like, I'm desperate to get out of this. I'm making less and less money, and I just want a change of career, something that I can do. Like in this instance, I have an accident on my record. It's going to happen. You're driving 11 hours a day. The chances of you getting into an accident are significantly higher than my wife, for instance. She doesn't drive at all. She stays at home all day. So it's like, I have a much higher chance of getting into an accident, especially if I'm in a 75-foot vehicle, potentially hauling 80,000 pounds worth of product somewhere. And cars, like say for instance, I was just in Atlanta. It was an absolute cluster there. It's always a cluster there, and it's like 2 weeks before Christmas, so everybody's out and about when they should be at work. All right, I don't understand why everybody's on the freaking road right now, but I have that accident. It's causing me to not have it. It's causing me to have problems finding a job in this field because I have an accident. I'm more of a liability. So if I make a mistake in coding, then essentially I'm going to be better for that. You know, people make mistakes, and in coding, you're basically, depending on how hard you work on that mistake you make, or somewhere that you run yourself into a corner, if you can get yourself out, you've learned so much just in that experience. I know I don't want to get into another accident again. I can't control what everybody else around me is doing. All I can do is stay in my lane and try to keep forward and not hit anybody, right? Or try not to let them hit me. But if there's nowhere to go, what do you want me to do, right? So in coding, it's way different. So this video and this channel is going to be dedicated to my journey on what I'm doing, and hopefully soon I'll be able to sit back and say, hi, I'm Brent, and I'm a software engineer. So I don't really have an ending for this, and I'm not going to really have production value in my videos, but I'm going to try not to be selling y'all stuff too. Of course, it's going to be ad-free now, but I'm going to probably add ads if I get over 1,000 subs, just to get a little extra revenue in here. But I don't plan on bringing my trucking channel over here, but I do have a trucking channel. If you guys want to see what life is like on there, I curse a lot on that channel, so just be forewarned. It's Trucker Dude Brent. This channel, I believe I'm going to name it From Trucking to Coding. And then this will be my journey, and I'll be able to keep up with it, and it'll be all time-stamped and stuff, and I'll be able to see where I was this time last year, and where am I going to be at a year from now. It just depends on how hard I'm willing to work, right? Well, I feel like I'm pretty determined to get where I want to be, and that's where I'm going to be. So stick around. If you guys want to follow this journey, then y'all can subscribe, but I'm not going to sit here and beg y'all to like and subscribe my video, because this isn't for y'all. This is for me. And if you guys want to follow along, you're welcome to stay here. Not you're welcome as in like you're thanking me for this video. You are welcome to stay with me on this journey. If I did not want anybody to see it, this would be unlisted, and I would just go back to it and watch it myself, but that's not how it's going to go. So I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to bust this laptop out and start getting some coding done, and learn on every moment I stop this truck, other than this right here where I'm documenting what I've got planned and what I've learned. I'm going to be coding. So remember, just ladies, love it, hate it, rate it. Take care. See you on another time.